Did it dance and I'm back again. The whoop ass, the block a blast from the ratchet man. The maddest, blackest lad in the savage land. The grab and dash and crash in your daddy's van. The baddest, the most havingest, most swaggiest, braggiest. Never had anything, so I'm macking as if I never had shit. I was moving backwards, I could've hit the backflip. Check this, ain't never hustled for a necklace. Trying to get the fam straight, get us out of debt shit. That shit get testy. I feel dizzy, Gillespie in the room. Pack me, Carl, Izzy, and Precious. Out the womb, I was last, I'm the youngest of 7. Birthday, same days.
It's the political segment.
Yeah, sir. I'm just in it because I want to be in it.
Yeah,
and I'm just sitting here.
So we gonna be the main ones talking. Me and Jordan
get the shit started.
Alright. So
are you gonna be asking questions? Like, are you gonna start
off? Moderator or whatever.
Yeah, I'll ask questions when they come to me. What the fuck, whatever.
So let's talk about. I guess let's just get like a foundation
into it
for like you give a foundation for what's going on right now with Iran.
With Iran,
don't go because I know you, Rodney. You're gonna start talking about the 80s and shit. Talk about right now.
Okay, so basically, what the fuck happened right now is that the U.S. we did an airstrike on like Iran's top military general.
Got that nigga up out of here, cuz.
Yeah, we off the op and then chunked you up the set, so Mm-hmm. So that's basically the situation that we kind of in right now. But the tensions with Iran go way further than all that shit. It goes into the 80s, like we talking about. And, he didn't want me going all up into that.
But I give a whole fucking hour speech about shit,
God.
I'll be sitting here ready to beat his ass. I'll be like, shut the fuck up.
But if you really want to know the root of everything, it's the oil in the area, in the Strait of Hormuz. That's really the root of everything. So, there you go.
Yeah, I mean, do you think what they did was right? Ask questions like that, so we can both give our opinions on it. Like, you know what I mean?
In a way, explain. Do you think that
the move was right? Do you think that was justified? Do you think what's your stance on what happened?
I mean, I don't have much of an issue that we killed him, but I have an issue with the way that we proceeded to do so. Like, Trump didn't have a plan for any type of retaliation. And if we look
at these past 4 years, it kind of
he didn't have a plan registered for any retaliation. He didn't go through anyone in Congress. He didn't talk with any of their allies, and that's why there's a lot of tension. There's a lot of issues because it was quick.
Yeah,
you don't just shoot the top military general just out the water like that and expect to not have conflict. So that's why I have issues with it. Now, the general, he was trash, but not trash as in like he was a bad general, but he was trash in the fact that
he's a bad person.
Yeah,
but you know what? So we talked about this earlier, like off camera, and like we were saying, because I don't like Trump. Let me just get that. Like none of us like Trump. I don't like his policies, but I don't fuck with Trump. But we were talking about it. We were like, dude, like, you know what? I will say. He's hard body as fuck. When he say he's gonna do something, he gonna do it, bro, and like he ain't gonna hesitate, like And like a part of me wants to respect that, but another part of me is like, dude, like you're stupid. Like everything else you do is just stupid. But like I will respect the fact that like we were laughing, bro, because like the memes on World about World War III and shit. Bro, right after he killed this dude,
he gonna post the American flag.
He posted a picture of the American flag. Everyone was like, he threw the set, like. He basically said like new op pack in the air, smoke that bitch. Like tripping, bro. So I mean,
yeah.
I kind of agree with Rodney in the sense that like
the problem with being hard body is that you're reckless and you don't have a fucking plan.
Yeah, I agree with that, and I think that's the biggest thing is like he's putting a lot of people in danger because he took this move, which ultimately like this guy was a bad guy. I think he was a bad guy. I don't think he wasn't anybody like.
I will say though, he's one of the main reasons why ISIS is no longer a driving power in the Middle East though. I will say that because he kicked ISIS out of Iraq and out of Syria. So we ain't gonna just say he's a terrible guy, but he does not like the US.
We're not gonna say I'll backtrack on that a little bit. Maybe he wasn't like he had some good he did some good things, but at the end of the day I still after reading about him and like hearing about some shit that he's done, like I don't really care that he died,
Oh, for sure.
It's not going to affect me in any type of way.
Unless we get drafted. But, But that's a different story.
We're not gonna get drafted though. I don't think we're gonna get drafted. There are way too many active military people.
We would never
need it.
It's too many ROTC kids.
Wow, bro, like suit them up.
But like, but I do want to get a clarification out. He wasn't a terrorist.
Yeah, he wasn't a terrorist.
He was a military general. Military generals kill people, but he wasn't a terrorist. So all this talk about he was a terrorist, no, he hated terrorists. He literally killed terrorists. So we got to get that, clarification cleared out, because we're talking about he killed a terrorist. Why are you mad about it? No, he didn't kill a terrorist. He killed a military general.
It's like the equivalent. Like I saw a pretty good analogy to it. It's like the equivalent if somebody killed like Mike Pence. Like if somebody killed Mike Pence, like. Everybody would be like, "What the fuck just happened?" Like that's the number 2
U.S.
guy.
Open up that poll.
Yeah, and thankfully, Iran doesn't necessarily have the capabilities to do that, because I think that there's a lot of misconception that Iran would stand a chance, and they wouldn't.
Oh no, Iran would not stand a chance, but that doesn't
on their own. But I mean, they do have allies. But I think me and Rodney do disagree on this. I don't think that no matter what happens, as long as Donald Trump is president, Russia isn't going to go to war with the U.S. and China is just too caught up in a lot of other strings, which I guess their recent actions with concentration camps of Muslims and
what?
You didn't know about that?
Oh yeah,
they have concentration camps of Muslims.
Muslims?
Bro. Yes, bro, Muslim concentration camps on some crazy shit.
Wild shit. Kind of what
how we did.
Internment camps in the
legit concentrate
Germany type.
Yes, Holocaust type shit, bro. So I mean I feel maybe China is on the edge because they obviously don't give a fuck and
I see.
Yeah. Bro, they could do whatever they want really, but at the same time I think that there's a lot of
I will say this though. If we get into a full-out military conflict with Iran, that will be the most potent opponent that we've had since World War II.
Oh, yeah.
They'll be more powerful than Vietnam, more powerful than the Korean War, all of that.
Yeah, 100%.
So we will see death tolls that will probably go above the Vietnam War.
Oh, without a doubt.
And they whooped our ass, right?
I mean, yeah, we tried to whoop their ass, and then, they fucked us up, and then we just left. So that's basically what happened.
But you know what? It's kind of weird, whenever you're thinking about that, because we've lived, we're all 18, 19.
Yeah, 19.
So it's since
all of our life, we've been
at war. So,
especially in the Persian Gulf in that area.
That's crazy.
So, there wouldn't be much of a difference. It's sad to think though that a lot of our, because I have family members who are in the military right now, but really the only ones who would go out, the only ones who would go out are Marines and Army. Navy wouldn't really see any casualties. Air Force wouldn't really see any casualties,
because the way that our military is set up, and this is why we haven't been able to win war in the Middle East. The way our military is set up is that we are set up to win a war going toe to toe with another power. So if we go to war with Russia, we would win. If we go to war with China, we would win. But the reason that doesn't work in Iraq and Afghanistan is that we're not fighting toe to toe wars. We're fighting insurgency wars. Pretty much. We're fighting insurgency wars.
You're going one-on-ones, y'all trying to jump in there.
Exactly, bro.
Exactly. And that's kind of the same thing that happened with Vietnam and guerrilla warfare. We are obviously the most powerful nation in the world. There's no doubting that. But we are not good in insurgency warfare.
This thing need to go work for CNN. I'm just
I mean, he's right though. We're not good at insurgency warfare. We get our ass kicked every single time we fight one of these wars.
I mean, think about it. The invasion of Iraq, we technically won that operation in 3 weeks, and yet we are still in Iraq.
It was a fucking failure. It was just a failure.
It was just a mass invasion.
Everything is dude.
We suck at regime change. We suck at changing regimes because we're terrible.
And if we were any good at it, we would be talking about a completely different America, because the Vietnam War would have went completely different.
I mean, if we were good at regime changes, we would probably own an entire province in the Middle East, and oil prices will be 70 cents a gallon. Real talk.
Yeah, that's true. And I think that.
So what I'm hearing is they need a new coach.
Something, man. Something needs to change.
They need an offensive coordinator.
We spend, literally hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars every year into the military.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we spent like $2 trillion not too long ago.
Yeah, I mean, over the past like 4 years.
For what?
We have like the most advanced everything. We have the most advanced Air Force. We by far have the most advanced Navy. But what are we really doing this for? Because we're not going to go to war with Russia. Hopefully, we're not going to.
Hopefully,
but I think
gotta get ready.
They stay ready to get ready.
I think it's more of like it's a thing of like
it's just
constantly but like okay, so like
basically the flex pretty much.
Yeah,
that's all they fucking doing.
And like at this point, it's stupid, and like I think that this, honestly, bro, like maybe this is gonna sound like heartless and like I'm a horrible person, but like
defense is deep shit.
Those people over there, like I don't know them, they don't know me. They have their own culture, they have their own way of life, and like you know what, like they have to figure out their problems for themselves. And the United States playing Captain Save-A-Ho every time some bad guy pops up. Like we're not the world superheroes, bro. And I think they need to understand that because we have kids down here.
Captain Save-A-Ho.
For real, bro. Bro, we have issues that we need to deal with here at home before we're out there doing shit.
Exactly. I mean,
and that's why
look at our military budget. Oh, I'm gonna let you finish.
That's why all this military shit, part of me just doesn't care about it because I'm like, dude, it doesn't even matter. Like, who cares? Because at the end of the day, like I said, I don't know these people. They don't know me. And if I saw them,
meet, I don't give a fuck about them. They don't give a fuck about me. We cool. We mutual. Is that whenever the U.S. and this shit goes all the way back to proxy wars during the Cold War, but that's a long story. Basically, the United States been fucking with these niggas and they pissed off now.
Yeah, and it's at some point, dude, just leave. Just leave them alone because, like I said, man, they have their own ways of thought, and American, feminism, American,
all types of shit.
American movements aren't going to translate to countries that have had these cultures for thousands of years. It isn't going to work that way.
America's pretty new on the block. If you haven't realized,
it's really new. We ain't
even been alive for 300 years. So yeah,
exactly, bro. And it's shit like that where it's you really look at the bigger picture of everything, and you.
Just leave these niggas alone.
Yeah,
mind your business. Nigga.
Who cares, And I guess I wish we could explain it more or give our give better opinions on this shit. But
it's about 5 more minutes.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Because in reality, it's none of this is gonna ever affect us. I'm just being honest. You're probably gonna have knock on wood.
Unless I hope some stupid shit happens.
Yeah, unless something goes crazy and some off the wall shit that nobody can predict happens. But knock on wood. Hopefully, the person watching this doesn't have a family member in the military who may or may not suffer injuries.
My brother's in the Air Force, but
yeah, I have family in the Air Force, or I have family in the military. I have family all around, but
yeah. Well, we need
it'll affect you. It's gonna affect somebody you know. If there's a war that goes on with Iran, somebody you know, or somebody you know that they know is going to pass away. That's just inevitable.
Any war is not a good war, regardless of anything. The moment that you deploy troops is you have issues.
However,
regardless.
I see people that kind of want to blame it on the people, blame it on Iranians or blame it on them, and it's it's not their fault.
It's not
so
we should have quit fucking with them.
Yeah, and it's because
it's what you would call the school shooter theory.
Yeah,
push them enough, niggas gonna shoot you.
Yeah,
now we gotta shoot.
Now you have a problem. Now you have a problem
that shouldn't fucking exist right now.
It should have never existed. Yeah,
and I gotta always talk about that because they always talk about how if you don't support this actions, you basically think it's okay that he killed quote unquote hundreds of Americans, which still hasn't been fact checked at all. But he quote unquote killed hundreds of Americans. So you go out there and you kill him, and now you put thousands of American troops in danger because of that. So you think to them it's better to lose thousands and thousands of American troops just because we are the U.S. And like, I don't understand that. Like, troops aren't dispensable. You know, these are fucking humans. You know, we should respect them as much as possible. And if we really want to talk about respecting troops, why is it that our budget for the military is $686 billion as of 2019, and yet we still have trash, you know, just veteran benefits and all types of shit like that? Literally, most of that money, almost half of it, goes to maintaining foreign bases that we shouldn't even be having in the first place.
Basically, we're taking care of everybody else's kids.
Yeah, we're not taking care of ourselves. And at some point in time, it just has to change, bro, because this is, you know, like, dude.
If we would have minded our business, this shit would have never happened.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Donald Trump, man.
It's
like,
U.S.'s fault.
You know, like, we place a lot of blame on Donald Trump, but, like.
This is decades of shit.
Yeah, this is decades of stuff. And, I mean, I know he's an idiot, and there's stuff that I don't agree with him on, but, like.
Oh, he's a fucking dumbass.
I blame his supporters more than I blame him at this point. I mean,
yeah, we knew what he was about.
His hardcore supporters, though. Don't, like, if you just voted for Trump and you just like whatever he's doing for you. I don't know what the fuck he's doing for you if you aren't rich, but if you like him for whatever reason, like, that's cool. But I'm talking about, like, his hardcore supporters that, like, do not want to admit that he's
don't see any wrong.
Yeah. Trump, exactly. Somebody like that, man, because that shit's. Those are the people. Like, there's this one girl on Facebook. I don't comment on any of her shit.
Y'all niggas be bullying her, bro.
I don't comment on. I don't know who
stupid shit.
I don't know who is.
If you say stupid stuff and you get mad that we go ahead and call you on your stupid stuff, maybe you're the one that's at fault. You're the smartest one out of everybody here. You're the only one that knows shit. Are you for real?
Like, see, my thing is, I don't know her. I don't know this girl. I'm her friend on Facebook, and like sometimes I see her post dumb shit. But like, I'm not. If you watch this video, please don't cut this clip out and be like, these two people talk shit about me, because I'm not talking shit about you. I don't give a fuck about you.
Tell me, I'll send it to you.
I just don't.
I don't give a fuck about you as a person. I give a fuck about the way that you talk about shit, and you're factually incorrect.
And it's not you. It's not just you. It's like just everybody. It's people who are like you. I mean, like,
it's your people.
Your people. But like, that's just like at some point in time, you'll have to admit he's doing something wrong. And like with the entire impeachment shit, like. Yes, he was rightfully impeached.
You don't just get impeached.
Yeah, like
when you know that you don't just randomly get impeached. I mean, Bill Clinton got impeached for getting head.
Yeah, that's some bullshit, bro.
Yeah, and Republicans at the time were like wanting him to get removed.
Get his ass out, you know.
So I mean, like,
he was just trying to get a little happiness.
What do you think is worse? Getting head
or collusion?
Yeah, collusion with Russia. Which fucking it happened. I mean, obviously, no, it wasn't collusion with Russia. It was collusion with Ukraine. But
it was collusion with both. But he got impeached because of Ukraine. Yeah. Because he literally got caught. Hey, you know, I'll send you help.
Hey, y'all scratch my back, I'll scratch y'all.
Exactly.
And that shit happened. I mean, how did he really try to collude with Russia and Ukraine like they not enemies and someone wasn't gonna tell about it?
No, alright, I'll watch this play. This is a little off topic, but it's funny. We'll probably be how we end it because we got 2 minutes. But I watched this podcast. It's called Wine and Weed. Y'all should watch it. It's pretty good. They kind of do kind of the same thing we do. They just like talk about like what was going on, like topics and stories and shit. And Rob did it. He went on there and he said he was talking about how he was like a beauty pageant judge one time.
Yeah.
Him, Trump and like a couple other people. And he said Trump was pushing like the Ukraine girl like the whole way, bro. And this was like way before like any of this. That was hilarious to me.
I mean, I will give Trump props on this. He is a money genius. He knows how to get rich, but he does not know how to run a fucking country.
I don't even believe that. Honestly, I think he's a fucking idiot when it comes to the economy.
I'm not talking about the country's economy. I'm just talking about him.
Oh, like him making money in general. Like as a person, yeah, he's a good businessman. But like
economy hasn't really changed regardless.
No, people be lying, bro. Don't believe those fucking Facebook memes where they're like,
oh, well, he has built 20 billion jobs. Like, there ain't even 20 billion people here. Like,
like this shit. Like I saw this meme the other day, and it was talking about like the unemployment rate and stuff. I'm like, do you even know what the unemployment rate means? Like, you don't know what that means, bro.
If you don't know what the unemployment rate means.
But, like, I'm saying in general, like people don't understand the things that they're sharing, right? And it's like Cat Williams. What Cat Williams said one time. He said the United States, like the news outlets of the United States, they use words that people don't understand to make them feel smart. Like, instead of saying they killed 2 women, 3 children, and 5 people. They said, today we killed a group of insurgents. he said, shit, I'm sitting at the house. Shit, I don't even know any fucking insurgents. They killed all them motherfuckers. Like, and that's a great example, bro. Like, bro, y'all don't understand what the unemployment rate is. So stop acting like you do. Y'all don't understand what policy is going on. Like, y'all don't understand how this is affecting your daily life. Like, for example, and I will leave it off with this. Because I want y'all to know y'all are getting fucked.
I want to leave it off with something else, but you go ahead, go.
Okay. I want y'all to know y'all are getting fucked, right? So do you remember whenever Donald Trump passed that tax return, and it like everybody was like, oh shit, Trump finally gave us good taxes and shit.
Yeah. Y'all
understand that was only going to last for rich people for like a minute. For middle class and below people,
oh no.
Y'all are fucked. Like, y'all are going to have to start paying more taxes than y'all ever paid before next year.
If you're a middle-class worker, you're screwed. It's different if you're a middle-class freelance business owner, but if you're a middle-class worker, like everybody is pretty much, you're screwed.
So, I mean, like, and that's just one example of, like, how it seems good, like, it seems good in the beginning, but, like, whenever his policies really, because, look, what we're seeing now, this like resurgence of American like prosperity, blah blah blah.
Bullshit.
It mostly is bullshit, but like the majority, like the part that is like real, the majority of that is because of Obama, because his plans are basically starting to get filtered through the system and like starting to run. So whenever we're 4 years down the line from now, and hopefully not him, hopefully the next president is like.
He's going to have to deal with this shit.
And y'all are gonna blame them the same way that y'all blamed Obama for Bush's fuck ups. And
with that though, if you really sit here and think that Donald Trump is a better economical mind than Barack Obama, I cannot stress this enough how Barack Obama literally saved us from the greatest recession since the Great Depression. There's no way that Donald Trump could ever top that shit. Because if you put Donald Trump in that same situation, we would still be fucked. We would probably be extremely fucked right now.
Without a doubt.
I mean, rich people will always be straight. But middle class and, low class workers, fucked. But yeah.
So, I mean, that's the politics episode. We really didn't have, like, anything going into it. We just, like, somebody slid up on my shit and was like, let's talk about Iran. Talk about Trump. So I mean, that's that. Hopefully next time we'll like, hopefully not
really explain shit, but
like if some shit pops off, then I mean, if it's like really interesting and y'all really like this series or like me and Rodney talk about this shit, I mean, it doesn't take much to get a voice call real quick. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean,
shoot a couple ideas, talk for like an hour, post that shit. So
yeah,
that's that really.
Yeah, that's it.
So we out. I'm out.
Damn. Stop the table every podcast.
Free America. You know what I'm saying? Free R. Kelly. Wikipedia.
Oh, no.
Like, share, comment. I don't know what the fuck to do. We don't be saying that in the videos. To like and comment. Yeah, we should.
We should do that. We can play this in there.
Oh, God. Go like and comment. You know what I'm saying? Wikipedia.
Yes, sir.
We out.